Hi everybody, I'm sitting here, we're in Allie's room, and I probably saw the previous video of Joanne and talking about the Klein Collins girl that went missing a couple of days ago and was found. And you know, I would like to add on to, she read off a Facebook post and just want to add on to what she said and my opinions on it, which are always a little bit more harsh than hers. I have a tendency to have a mouth. But, you know, some of you that follow my post probably realize that I didn't make a comment. I refused to share the article. And, you know, I hate to be like that, but almost immediately I noticed this child was taunting on Facebook and that she was just your average day kid that needs to be found. Don't get me wrong. But when I heard helicopters and FBI were called in, I was just sickened. I felt like it was a kick in the face because this kid, anybody, any average citizen or just anyone, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. She was your average, oh, let me go run through the woods and taunt my parents, little girl, and that runs away. And I see every day cases like Joanne's where they didn't receive that barely any law enforcement help at all. I mean, it was all up to volunteers, and it's like, we're happy to do it, you know, despite the situation. When the kid's gone, a kid needs to be home. And so, but I felt like it was, I mean, it's not even that I feel, it is a kick in everybody's face. And, you know, it was just sad and discomforting that this child hit the news. And not long after she went missing, I started looking at the Harris County Sheriff's Department, you know, the websites, calling, talking to police. I was met with all kinds of crazy responses. But one thing I did notice there were more kids that I didn't realize were missing, but they had no photo. A lot of kids with no photos, but an overwhelming number of children right here in Spring. They all were in an area, due to their addresses that I found, you know, were either Klein Collins High School or Spring High School. So that's pretty alarming, you know, when you get that many children that have been missing, especially as young as, you know, 10 and 13 years old. And I'm wondering, why isn't there a photo, and why haven't we heard about them? And a light bulb went off, and I realized, you know, I think these are foster children. And I contacted CPS, and I verified some of them were foster children. You know, every kid has, you know, Facebook too, and I couldn't find Facebooks on these kids. And so I called the Sheriff's Department, and I started asking questions. And, well, of course, it takes all day long to even get over to your missing persons department. And they act like I was dumb for asking questions. And it saddens me that these children have no voice. And it saddens me that even Allie, that has a mom that has a voice, and she's used it, and she has helped save the world. I mean, you've helped countless kids. And, you know, in the process of finding her daughter. But yet, her case has been neglected since day one. Not only neglected, evidence was lost. And I feel like that plays a big part in why they continue to neglect her case. It's because they'll have to acknowledge that the evidence was lost. Well, just like they won't acknowledge the evidence was lost, they haven't acknowledged why they put that many resources on this child's case. The Sheriff's Department blamed it on, they tried to say that it was the school district's place, the chief of Klein ISD, which I know that wasn't true because they made comments in the news, and you don't just call out the FBI. And like I said, it showed errors in our system, and you know, and then the fact that we can't even get a face on these other children in Spring. Not having a face on them, it stops everybody from making